Hey, Toby, good morning.
Good morning.
How does it feel to be one of the only country stars and celebs of any kind who can hold your own against Taylor Swift? When I look at these various lists that come out about most powerful and most popular in the biz, you're the only one who ever equals or tops Taylor. Among country fans anyway, and in the earnings department.
Well, that's awesome because your window's only so big, and I'm on my 16th album, so
Okay.
I'd have been happy with 4 or 5.
When you think of Taylor, how do you feel? Briefly, what do you think of Taylor?
I thought the first label that when I first opened my label, my first partner in that label was a guy that signed her.
Oh, that's right. You knew of Taylor from way back.
Yeah, he brought her, and he said, "What do you think about these acts?" And he said, "I said, did this girl write these songs?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "She's writing beyond her years, and she's your hit act,
Wow.
And so then when we parted ways, I kept a piece of that company and
Good
moved
for you.
over and took mine somewhere else. And so I think she's fantastic.
You encouraged that whole thing from the beginning. So listen, I relate to the whole idea of Clancy's Tavern and how you grew up hanging around your grandma's bar, which wasn't called Clancy's Tavern, but it works better for the song.
Well, Clancy was my grandmother's nickname,
Yeah.
and she worked in Billy Garner's Supper Club for years, and then when Billy retired, my grandmother bought it, and it was such a hot spot, she didn't
Kept
change
the name.
the name. But I wasn't, Billy Garner's not my grandmother, and I was singing about my grandmother, so I
Yeah.
call it Clancy's Tavern, but I bring that tavern to life and bring all the people back to life, and the names are real. And the people
Well, I totally relate because my grandparents had a bar and a dinner house for years. It was called the Lodge, and you can see it in a lot of movies. But they let me hang out there and stand right behind where the band played, and I always thought, man, I know I'm going to be in a band. This is so exciting. And I love the way the crowd reacted, but then I found out I could sort of speak okay, but I couldn't sing. When did you figure out you could sing?
I just kind of stumbled on. I didn't know. I was trying to write songs, and I would get around other people that wrote songs, write songs, and sing them together in garage bands and stuff. And then inevitably, when I would get in a garage band, they would say, "All right, you're the singer," and I'd say,
Really?
"Okay." And so I didn't. I didn't know. And,
Right.
And just my mother had a recording contract with Capitol.
Really?
When she had me, and she was 20 years old.
I had no idea.
And she went and raised her family. She never did record, but she had a guy from Capitol that was working a project with her.
No kidding.
And she's a wonderful singer, kind of a Patsy Cline thing.
No kidding. You've described how you sing as singing hard, but you sing less hard. I guess I call it not softly on songs like My List and Who's That Man. And I love those kinds of songs, Toby. How do you feel about those as compared to singing harder?
Well, when I sing live, I sing hard live, and there's been times in the studio when the engineer will have it set for everybody that comes in there.
Yeah.
And he'll, and then I'll get in there and
Blow it
pull
away.
him out of his chair, and he'll have to readjust everything and go, "Damn, you sing loud." But
Where'd you learn to
well,
project like that? Were you in drama in school?
No, I think your first time you're on stage as a kid, you're frightened.
Yeah.
And so to overcome any of that early stage fear and stuff, I just got up there and went at it 100%.
Right.
I'm not going to hold back, and I just learned and taught myself to do that.
Right. Yeah, there's a little adrenaline at the beginning, like me chatting with you. I've talked to presidents and kings, and I've talked to you before, but I have a little bit of the nerves the first minute I'm on with you. Are people often intimidated by you, do you think, Toby?
I mean, I don't think so. I think if you're around me 2 or 3 minutes, I put you at
Exactly.
ease. I'm a pretty normal guy. I think there's enough a-holes in the world for me to be one.
I love Red Solo Cup, but this rip-off accusation you're dealing with is silly. Or did you steal it?
Well, I didn't even write it. So
I know. I'm just kidding you, man.
Guy. He's going after you can tell.
Oh, man, they're not even alike. I saw them both. Nothing like it. And
when somebody big and successful.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be like,
I'm not even going to mention his name. That's how big of a nobody he is.
Well, it's the same comparison to saying somebody says something about a bar in one song and somebody says something about a bar in another is what the comparison is.
The Warren brothers wrote it with the help of the Beaver brothers, and I see the Warrens in the video. And I know this is about you and your new album, but if I may quickly, why do you think the Warren brothers haven't been more successful as all-around performers rather than...
Because they're knuckleheads.
Oh.
They're just straight-up knuckleheads. They're fun, and I love them to death, and I'll tell them right to them. I tell them, I say, this is the stupidest song I've ever heard, and I'm going to go record it, and you guys be in the video, and let's go. But,
They're knuckleheads.
They're knuckleheads.
But it's hard not to be derivative back to that for a minute because there's so much that isn't new under the sun. And I don't hear any similarity in your song, as I said, but it is hard to come up with original material sometimes. Well,
there's very, very strict federal copyright laws, and I've never lost a lawsuit or anything in 16 years, and I didn't write this song. That's who you go after, but because my name's on it, the guy's going to go after me. But you know what?
Okay. Well, thank you. How'd you get some of the people in the video? It's funny that you got Sammy Hagar in there. He's the only other celebrity tequila salesman. Yours is mezcal, I know, and yours has a worm in it.
Well, mine's mezcal. It's what the nationals drink in Mexico, and they claim that they sell us the tequila, which is their cruddy stuff. It's Mexican moonshine. It's the authentic stuff they drink down there. They smoke the cactus before they extract the juice, and it gets a little bit of a barrel taste to it, and that's what the nationals drink. And so we tried to import it in here and introduce the U.S. to what they really do in Mexico.
Right. One more, Tub, because I know you've got to go. I saw where one of Willie Nelson's tour buses was up for sale. Do you think there's enough suds and steam in the world to get the residue off the walls, or maybe there's an extra charge for that?
I think if you'll just take the carpet and the drapes out and smoke it, you'll be all right.
Thank you, Toby. Any parting words?
Go get Clancy's Tavern. It's my favorite album.
We will, man. And the bonus with Incognito Banditos.
Yeah, 4 bonus tracks live of us at the Fillmore in New York doing some Buck Owens and some Waylon covers.
Shambhala's in there. It's all raw, nothing processed. Thank you, Toby.
All right, buddy.